Okay guys, as I was saying before, I have a 95 Ford Explorer 4.0 engine in it, and as you can see, I've been doing my own work. So I came across a newer model car that had some issues going on with it, idling rough. I said, hey, now my truck is doing that too. And then it was stalling and cutting off. So come to find out, the simplest thing there is in any vehicle when it stalls and cuts off in the middle of driving is a simple cleaning. Okay? Now, although this engine is very old and it actually is real dirty, I'm not going to wash it because that'll mess up the spark plug wires and everything and the coil pack and everything. If you get water on it, you'd have to let it dry out. All right, so I'm not going to worry about the look of the engine because that's not the purpose of the engine. The purpose of the engine is to get you from point A to point B to point C to point D, whichever comes first. Now, my truck was having an issue with idling hard and stalling, wanting the RPM gauge would raise up and go down, and when you crank it up, it would basically act like it want to stall and cut off, and sometimes it did. So, three things that I did. Well, two as of right now. No, three. All right. So, the first thing I did was the idle control module. All right. This is about 160 to 360 bucks new for this truck. So this is still the old one. What I basically did was took these two bolts out, which are 10 millimeters, took these out and cleaned it with carbon throttle body cleaner, Pyroil. Okay? It made a difference in that. All right, it was very gunked up and everything. Second thing I did was I took the carburetor head off. All right, 4 bolts hold this on. Okay, took it off, and when I looked at the backside, I should have did the video while I was doing it, but I wanted to make sure I got everything done. Okay, in a timely manner. For your information, the backside is just as worse as the front side when your car is stalling. If you don't take that off and look at it, you'll still have the same issues and the same problems. All right, I also check the lines for vacuum leaks. These are vacuum hoses right here. These are very brittle. So if you actually pull on them or tug on them in the wrong manner, you will break them. Okay? And it's a pleasant word that I want to use, but I can't because I'm live. If you break them, you're gonna have hell to pay to get some new ones. Okay. Now you can basically use a rubber hose, but that wouldn't keep the vacuum permanent. And these vacuum lines go all up under here, basically to the housing for your intake. Word of warning. Just because it looks like it's metal, it's not metal. This is a plastic housing. If you crack it, you have to take everything off just to replace it. It's a job and a half. Okay? So, cleaned this out, cleaned everything out, cleaned the inside of this out, and there's a line that goes into where this IAC goes. And I cleaned that as well. Now, mind you, I told you that my car was idling high and sometimes it'll idle low. It was fluctuating. So, and I'm getting ready to crank her up for you so you can hear this. I had a check engine light on as well. Okay? Listen to it now. All right, so the engine is shaking a little bit. That's because of the carb spray that I sprayed down in there. It's going to eventually wear off and burn out. All right, so no worries with that. Guys, this will save you $500 to $2,000 worth of work at a mechanic shop because they want to get that money. Okay? Right now, this engine is idling at less than 1, which is not good, so I'm going to have to turn that back up. But as you can see, it's halfway between the 1 and the 0. All right? Now that's because of something that I did. And when I did it, I didn't remember I had to turn it back up. This is your idle control arm that is on the gas. So if I raise it up, as you can hear, somewhere in between right there, that's where it's at on 1, okay? But before I did all of the cleaning, I couldn't do this. It wouldn't do that, y'all. This Ford has some power to it now. I'm going to clean a couple other things. As you can see, I got loose plugs on here and everything, wires, spark plug wires and everything. But as an overall view of this truck now, it's road ready. All right, I'm gonna check my engine light one more time to see if it's on. And as you can see, no check engine light. So before you spend all that money at a mechanic shop or anything like that, hey, if you're in the Virginia area, just come on over to my house. I'll do the same thing to your vehicle, have it sounding good as new, and road ready. Hit me up on Facebook. I'm always open to everyone's comments and questions. And if you have any questions, send them to me. All right. Thanks for listening. Don't spend all that money. Peace.